All right, welcome back to some more Datsun stuff. Today we're going to be ripping apart the rear end of this Dana 44. Now, if you didn't watch the previous video where I took apart the front one, this is a 6-lug Dana 44 out of a Wagoneer. It's got 3 54 rear gears, and I took most of it apart. And the reason it looks like crap is because I got it for $50. If you want to take a look right here, it's pretty crusty, but I was with a large wrench able to move it. But as you can tell, it's pretty crispy, it's pretty corroded, it's very nasty in there. But once again, 50 bucks. And the reason we're dealing with a lot of this crap is we have to shorten this Dana 44. And I don't know if you could tell, but this side, 2 shaka. This side, more than 3 shaka. So we have an unequal axle length. One of these tubes is longer. And what's good about that is we can shorten it just by shortening one side. We don't have to worry about balancing it out or anything like that. So even though it's gross and sludgy, I think it's going to be still worth it. Someone's actually selling a 354 ring and pinion very nearby for very cheap. So if those don't clean up, I'm going to buy that. So I peeled most of the crap off of this thing. If you're going to be ripping out axles and not changing your brake shoe and whatnot, you just poke right through this little bugger right here and just rotate it around, and you could undo your 4 bolts. You could probably get just like any old box wrench on it now, but I think a socket is still going to be the way to go. I got my helper here. Can you push down on that? There is one. I did the thing you're not supposed to do, and I started on the side that's good. So next time we're going to be on the other side, which is junk. Way more corroded. All right, 1, 2, 3, going. It's amazing how much you're fished out of the back of people's yards. Hardware ends up costing you. It's almost like it's in really poor condition when you buy it.
And they want to get it out of their yard.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. What's even more strange is how I've managed to never learn that. Do you want to take some random guesses why I've never learned that?
Because you're cheap.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed that. I don't know how you could say that. I took you to Burger King yesterday.
For $12 for 2.
I know, it was the opening Burger King though, so it was still all snazzy. Off comes this plate. Off comes the backing plate as well. And now there's nothing holding it in except a little like pressed in retainer. So we got to get the slide hammer to yoink them. Okay, so we got the slide hammer over here. Again, my lovely girlfriend is helping me. From the last axle video, she added some pointers. That was use the slide hammer more and show your forearms. So with that helpful bit of technical expertise, we're gonna go for it. It's probably the only reason why she's here. Can you just sit on that?
I'm gonna put my weight on it.
Okay. There we go. What are the odds this is just beautiful and not disgusting and grody? I was gonna take this to get it shortened. This axle shaft, you can't really shorten them yourself because they're heat treated, and once you weld them you kind of ruin your heat treat. So you gotta send them out somewhere. And I'm kind of embarrassed about the idea of sending these out, truth be told. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the scrub that gets $50 axles from the woods. Oh, that's mint. Look at that. That's beautiful. I don't know what I was being so insecure about. There's nothing wrong with that. Now we're just going to repeat that same thing on this side. And as you can tell, it's a lot gnarlier. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. Oh, just a little bit of water. Oh, yeah. And there's one more thing you need to do to fish all these bearings, this seal and everything out. You gotta grind this little ring out. But I don't want to fire up the grinder because my helper gets migraines. Okay, so these carriers, they are directional, and there are markings under them, under all of the garbage. So stamping, the number faces this way, that number faces that way, and then this one is the F. It has a more clear F. This one has, I don't know, just a line really at this point. And all these bearing caps are 3/4 or 19. These aren't usually crazy torqued on there. Do you like gear oil sludge?
No, it looks like I don't know, like baby poop.
Really, like baby poop.
Have you seen baby poop? It's all liquid.
Yeah, it's not black.
That's what the baby eats.
I should note that while this thing was locked up, I already undid the back of the pinion. Because if you hadn't by this point, you've kind of screwed yourself. Unless you got a really big pipe wrench. There should be some shims on one side of this too. Shims. Shims, not shrooms. No, that's gonna need a good bath. Did it stick to one side of this? I guess not, no shims. That's pretty strange. Shims. You know what? You're right. I did catch a whiff of something real poopy.
Must be all the grease in your mustache.
I had an itchy nose. Now that you mention it, my nose is just getting itchier. There's also a little O-ring in here. You can kind of see it right there. Buried under the shmoo. I'm not too worried about getting it right now because it's just such a mess. Now, are you gonna come off easily is the question.
Slide hammer.
What?
That.
Slide hammer? Yeah, you could probably do that. Rubber mallet, please. Here we go. Got a couple shims on this side for your preload. And so none of it escapes.
Yay.
Bam. There it goes. Kind of wonder if it even... Yeah, it knocked the seal out. Okay, there we go. There's our bearing. There's a seal. Put that over there with Mr. Pinion Gear. And now we gotta knock out these these bearing races. Just hold it up. We're gonna pound the other one out now.
Okay.
Thank you. What would I do without you? We're just putting it on the little shoulder. It just barely sticks out. Trying to whack it down enough that the slide hammer will get on it. All right, now that's everything on the inside. We got 2 bearing races on either end. Then I think the axle and the whole Datsun will be all torn apart. Okay, now you could say it.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Hit the staples button.
You said it was surprisingly easy taking apart the axle. And I'd have to agree. You know, we took apart this whole axle and I didn't bust out the torch even once. Didn't break any bolts. As surprising as that is. I apparently have a grease mustache. It's pretty substantial. Do you want to take the GoPro off and point it at me? Just take the whole hat off.
It's on there really good.
Greasy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do a basic little clean of this differential. And you can tell it's a pretty long shot. But, I mean, once you get into most of these like ring grooves, it's not too bad. Most of the buildup is up. There's not really any pitted rust as far as I could see. So, you know, we could probably rally all that out and spend a couple days cleaning it. But I've got to get used to the fact that I have a job and I don't have to like dumpster dive for food anymore. So I'll probably just go and buy that other ring and pinion. It's the same, for the same kind of axle, same ratio. And it's only maybe 20 minutes away. And I think in the end, that'll save me a lot of time and I won't be worrying about what's crunching in my rear differential. But for now, that's all this thing totally apart. And I think it worked out pretty good. One thing I did want to mention, out of the way. My tires came in. So that's gonna be one of the next steps. I got some wheels for this. They're actually the old Wagoneer alloys. They didn't come with this Wagoneer. I just lucked out again and there happened to be Wagoneer wheels right nearby. So I'm gonna get those mounted on this and then I'm gonna use those wheels to just confirm that the axle length that I have is right, and then we'll be shortening the axles and building them up. But that's gonna be for me. That's gonna be for later. For now, take it easy.